Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I had to do a double take on my phone. My phone says it's 61 degrees. Here we are, November 13th, 2023. And yeah, let's head across Michigan Avenue here. We got the light. We got 18 seconds to get across before this bus comes. And so we'll take advantage of this. And we'll cross into the loop. See what's happening towards the Daily Plaza. We'll, there's the L going by. Make sure I don't get run over by a car here. Brandon, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to YouTube. Isn't this weather great? We got 61 degrees here. We got like 3 days of 60s. Tara, David, thanks for tuning in. Kim, how's it going? Thanks everybody for tuning in here. Yeah, let me get the camera straight here. We'll watch out for this truck. And we'll head over towards the Daily Plaza there, see if they're setting up the Christkringle Market. There's the Garland Court there. It's great, isn't it, Brandon? Yeah, we got 3 days. It looks like in the forecast. Today's just fabulous. We saw the sunrise. Now we got 60 degrees and yeah, I'm monetized. Yeah, I'm just preparing for the future. You know, we're preparing for future expansion. I don't expect any of you. Thank you. How's it going? Here's the Billy Goats. I don't expect anybody that's here on the. I don't expect anybody that's here on the lunch bunch to subscribe. But yeah, I'm setting up subscription tiers. So eventually, you know, if we do subscriptions or if we do subscriber only events, I want to do it on YouTube because 720p, you know, it'll be easier. It won't be so chaotic. Sometimes TikTok is so chaotic, and we were able to maintain control this morning thanks to my great moderators with Chris and Sarah and everybody else. But yeah, well, don't worry about that for now. Don't feel like you have to subscribe or anything. I'm just setting it up. I really want to get above 1,000 on this platform that we're currently on so we can get that ad money. That's more what I'm concerned about. I want to get paid by the corporate funds, you know, which, you know, we all have to watch the advertising regardless. It's just a little kickback, you know, and yeah, thanks everybody for telling hello. $2, thanks a lot. Hello everybody. Here's the nail salon here. So let's see. Hey, thanks Tara. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for and you know, if you want to, that's fine. Like I said, it's like you're supporting quality content like PBS, you know. It's think of all, you are the ones that make this possible. You're the ones, including Brandon, including Tara, all the way back to Bob and people that have been watching me for a year. You know, you saw we completely, yeah, honk yourself. We completely had to rebuild this count from zero. You know what we went through. And now we're back. And now I got to be really careful. Like this morning, I know Chris helped me out. We saw that traffic accident on DeSable Lakeshore Drive this morning, and Chris was like, change the subject. I was like, okay, you know. People hear me start complaining. Change the subject. I know. We don't want to trip the algorithm here. We'll go by the Chicago Theater, so I got 8 seconds to get across here. Oh, this weather's great today. I'm just feel so fortunate that we got 60 degrees here. There's not many people out. Oh, check. Thanks the way I roll. Thanks a lot, Tara. Yeah, Brandon knows. Brandon, I remember Brandon when I was on Instagram. I was all depressed, and then I saw Brandon on Michigan Avenue, and he's just like, keep doing what you're doing. I was like, hey, thanks for watching. You remember, you know, and Brandon went through it too. They did it to Brandon over something stupid. You know, one person can make a complaint, and poof, there goes your whole account. So how can we put any stock in any of this. You know, that's why we got the backup, that's why we got the YouTube. Trevor Noah, 4 nights sold out, Chicago Theater. The Daily Show. Go see Trevor Noah, our favorite comedian from South Africa. And that's awesome. Look at that. Well, we're from America, you know what I mean. And look at that. Trevor Noah, Chicago Theater, 4 nights sold out. I guess it started. And you see where we're at here. There's that crazy dense alley here. Yeah, look at that, Brandon. Chicago Theater. Take a screenshot. Trevor Noah. Isn't it great, all these amazing acts that come through our great city here? And that's why I like walking by here. Number one, it gives me an excuse to walk by the beautiful Chicago Theater. And number two, we get to see who's coming through town. And it's always something new. It's always something new. Life goes on. Chris was down here on Sunday. Check out Chris Guffison's page there. He got some good photos of downtown Chicago, beautiful architecture, and he went to the Palmer House Hilton, got into the ballroom, places I don't usually go, pictures of the detailed architectural details inside that building. And yeah, Trevor Noah sold out November 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Trevor Noah, Chicago Theater, check it out. Yeah, Charlie Daniels. Oh, that's great. Yeah, long-haired country boy alone. You got it, Charlie Daniels. I like Charlie Daniels. And yeah, since you mentioned Charlie Daniels, you know, you remember David Allan Coe? David Allan Coe, this long hair don't cover up my redneck. You know, I think of that too, you know, and it's just like we talk about Willie Nelson. You know, just because we're talking about country music, that's the only reason I'm bringing up. I know not everybody likes country music, but yeah, you talk about Charlie Daniels. That's great. And yeah, I was checking out the Omaha Zoo. Omaha has a beautiful zoo there by the Missouri River, south of downtown. And yeah, we were talking about the zoo. Here's Hamilton. Go by the Nederlander Theater. Yeah, so this was the Iroquois Theater. Now people are starting to ask more about the tragic Iroquois Theater fire. Over 600 people perished in like 1903 right here. It was horrible. But here's the Garrett Popcorn. You don't have to call me darling. Isn't that amazing? He says this is the best country and western song ever made. You know, when he talks about, yeah, you don't have to call me darling. Just call me by my name. You know, and everybody always got his name wrong. They always thought David Allan Coe was Merle Haggard. Yeah. And he even puts it in his song, you know. That's great. Yeah, we're talking about some good old country boy songs here. Yeah, I know. I'm a country boy in the city. What am I doing in the city here? But hey, different strokes for different folks. You know, I'm a fool for the city here. Here's the bike coming down the bike lane here. Nederlander, this beautiful building here. Look at that Italianate. There, let's see if we can cross the street here. I was drunk the day. That's it. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. And then she got hit by a train. You know, there was all. Oh, you know all these lyrics. That's just amazing. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're just cracking ourselves here, talking about classic country western lyrics. And yeah, we'll head down to Daily Plaza here. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Dearborn Street. Yeah, Trevor Noah's going to be at the Chicago Theater. We saw it on the marquee. I have to make a note of that. Chris, thanks for tuning in. That's great. Yeah, Chris, those photos are great. Thanks for taking photos of the Palmer House Hilton and the other great architectural sites there in River North. And okay, let's see, how's my stream doing? So I got to really watch my stream here. Look, they're starting to assist. So welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Daily Plaza. See, there's the City Hall. There's the Picasso. We got we got country and western. Yeah, that's a great Blues Brothers line too. They play behind the chicken wire, and then they have to sing Rawhide. That was. Oh, look, they got cultural dancing there on the Channel 2 News. Diwali celebration. Yeah, so that's from South Asian. Yeah, that's great. So, hey, look at here. Look at Daily Plaza. Yeah, that's a cheap perfume. That's great. But hey, look, see, they're still setting up the Christkringle market. So it's taking shape. They don't have it open yet. So you see how they got it all fenced off. Here's the Eternal Flame. But you can see this is what we got a preview of. So they're probably going to wait till next weekend. They'll open this up and they'll have all these. Look, get the pretzels, get the bratwurst, all the German stuff. The Christkringle market, they'll have this. Look, savory pies, chai latte. Get all the stuff there. And yeah, I wonder if that's the accident we saw this morning. I was asking somebody about that accident we saw this morning. But Chris, thanks for changing the subject. So we got off of that. We were like, hey, where's everybody from? That's good. We keep on moving on. But here's the Daily Plaza, the Christkringle market. I'll give you a little update. And I won't walk this way. Well, here, we'll cross the street. I know they got some, here, hold on here. They got some stuff set up there. As we cross the street here, we'll give you a view of it. I don't want to go down that way because I don't want to lose my connection. So look, it looks like they got some, that's going to be the main entry there to the Christkringle. They got some Nutcracker guys set up there. And so we'll give you a full play-by-play when we go by there later in the season. Yeah, that it got out of hand. It just, I want to like acknowledge everybody that's tuning in because I appreciate people took the time to write, especially people from all over the world. And I'm amazed by that too, as you are. People tune in literally from all continents of the globe. And, a few times we get a few snarky comments, but usually people are pretty cool with it. And yeah, it's just amazing. I was amazed. Thanks for helping out and making it possible this morning. My great moderators, Chris and Sarah, and whoever else was on this morning. Because once we got, it's amazing. And thanks for tuning in. And then once we left the bean, it started dropping off. And it shows it builds and builds and builds. Usually when we cross the river, see the nice Wrigley building and Tribune Tower. And it always amazes me is like, we'll be looking at the Wrigley building or the bean. And they're honestly, genuinely asking. At first, I thought they were joking or being a troll. They're like, what city are you in? And I'm like, this is Chicago. And they're like, I did not know this was here. And I'm like, do we have a PR problem? Like no one recognizes our like most iconic, buildings. If you show most people in the world the Chrysler building, they'll think of New York or Radio City Music Hall, and just the nature of things. So am I zoomed out all the way? Hold on a second here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, honorary cuss. Keep it innocent and playful. That's nice. I appreciate that. So here, let's head down this way. Yeah, let's head down this way. We'll go by the giant Chase building here. Oh, I can't even get the whole thing in. Look how tall it is. This curve. Oh, being a moderator is a thankless job. So everybody thank Chris and Sarah and Diana and Anita. I don't know if Anita's on here. 1,100. I know, that's amazing. Isn't that amazing? That and I was sitting there just like everybody else. Not that I still, like I said, I'll stream this like now, we got 38 in YouTube. That's an accomplishment, We're slowly building up our YouTube audience. And like I said, if there's only 38 people on TikTok, I'll still stream. I'm just amazed. Some nights we get like 60 and other nights we get 1,200, and it's just amazing that they can push a button and turn that, push that live stream out if somebody's, the algorithm, for whatever reason, says start sending people our way. And oops. But hey, we'll head over to we'll go by LaSalle Street. We'll go by the St. Peter's and the Loop here. And we'll go under Wells Street. We'll eventually get to the Riverwalk. Today's such a beautiful day with this weather. We'll walk along the Riverwalk. And I still want to do a water taxi, but they don't run them at lunchtime. And watch, we'll see them running them when I walk down there. I didn't buy a ticket today, but here's we went inside there. There's the St. Peter's and the Loop here. We missed the Methodist Church, First Methodist. But we're on 123 West Madison. 123. Can you remember that address? There's a Ninja Kawasaki crotch racket. But here we're heading straight west here on Madison in Chicago, and we'll get an amazing view to the Board of Trade here. I wish I wasn't trapped in the scaffolding because I want to show right above us, and we'll be able to. Let me cross the street here. So there's looking east on Madison, and then you look at this, Chris. Look at this facade of this building here, and how that one portion goes taller, and then down here towards the bottom. And if we walk right over here, we'll cross one North LaSalle building. We'll cross LaSalle here, and we'll get the great view looking to the south here to the Board of Trade. My camera's crooked here. Let's see. There we go. There it is. Look at that. LaSalle Street looking south here. Welcome to Chicago. Isn't that great? Good, yeah. I think it's because they're realizing you and Sarah and everybody else do a good job. And I know every once in a while somebody gets accidentally deleted. Sarah was talking, she accidentally deleted Ollie, and it was a true accident, and we felt bad about it, but she came back and people welcomed her back, and accidents happen. And at least to their credit, you know, it's what always cracks me up is the people that, you know, they get muted and then they find me out of their frustration. They'll find a TikTok and they'll reply to me, how dare you mute me? I'm like, it's TikTok. TikTok mutes people all the time. You know, what, you know, you got any complaints about TikTok? You know, that's why I'm talking to the people that complain about being muted. You know, I'm like, TikTok's not free speech. Never was, never will be. You know, neither is YouTube. Yeah, the clocks. Isn't it amazing, all the clocks? Yeah. You know, and especially on LaSalle Street, there's the L pulling out of the Wells and Madison station. I think that's what they call this. See, there's the southern end of the L stop. The L stop's right up here. Maybe they call it Wells and Washington. Wells and Washington, yeah. So we're going underneath Wells Street. There's underneath the L tracks. You watched them build the Sears Tower? That's amazing. I bet that was amazing seeing that go up, yeah. Hey, Crystal Blue Funk, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, better late than never. I said, you can call me late, just don't call me late for dinner. Look at this plaza, this weird plaza. Here comes the L coming by. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm got to watch where I'm walking here. So yeah, we already went by the Chicago Theater. Trevor Noah is going to be there 4 nights. It's all sold out. I bet that's going to be a great show. And we went by Daily Plaza. They were setting up the Christkringle Market. It still wasn't open. They still had it blocked off. So maybe closer towards the weekend, we'll see when they open that up. We're heading west on Madison. We'll get a nice view to the Sears Tower up here. Don't call a tow truck. Don't call me a tow truck. I know what you mean. Yeah, we'll do the best we can here. Let me move this a little this way. There we go. So there's the Sears Tower. Sears Tower's looking nice. Yeah, let's cross. Well, let's stay on this side. We'll stay on this side of the street here. We're in the still in the loop here. We'll go past these mounds of trees. And where we at? We're on Franklin Street. This is Franklin Street, looking south. La Quinta. That means 5. Let's see here. They got these mounds. These mounds at the bottom of these trees. Walk by the mounds. Hey, Christopher. Thanks for tuning in. That's great. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We got 44. Look, we got 44 on YouTube. This is great. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll get you over to the Riverwalk here. We got such a beautiful day. We got 61 degrees. I had to pinch myself. What is it? November 13th. We got 3 days of 60 degrees in the forecast and sunshine. Soak this up if you live in Chicago, because we got a long winter to go through. And let's enjoy this beautiful fall. It's a little warmer by the lakefront. There's the Mercantile Exchange. There's 2 of them. See how it says CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange? That's what that stands for. Look at this lobby. Look at this amazing lobby here. That elevator bank. PwC. This is the UBS Tower. And I was mistaken. Dummy me, I called it the Bank of Scotland. No, it's the Swiss Bank. You know, the Bank of Switzerland. UBS. Of course, the Swiss banks has a presence here in Chicago, near LaSalle Street and Wacker and the Merc. And yeah, Madison used to be city. I know, that's why the way I roll when people tune in, they say, oh, Chicago, tell them it used to be worse. It's actually better than it was. I know, at least the downtown area, there's more people living downtown now than ever. Now I know not as many people are working downtown, but that's true of all the downtowns. So we'll go by, we're crossing Wacker here. This is Upper Wacker Drive. Sears Tower's that way. It's hard to see the top of it. There's the top of the Sears Wacker Drive. So I meet cute and high C, daughter of the regiment. I have no idea what that means, but here we're by the Lyric Opera here, the Lyric Opera of Chicago. And let's walk down through this arcade, this beautiful block-long colonnade arcade, the Civic Opera House. We went inside there one time. It's hard to get inside, but they got some wreaths set up. I guess I don't know if they'll be doing the Nutcracker or any Christmas operas. And it's such a beautiful way to walk here. They give you an army knife. Yeah, go Cubs, go. UBS, yeah, go to the bank of the Swiss bank there. You give you a Swiss Army knife, yeah. Oh, they're taking the nice photos there. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So look, they got the wreaths right in front of the door here. That looks nice. Here, let's see what it looks like from the other side here. They're taking photos, so I don't want to get in the way here. There's espresso and milk. There's a coffee shop right here. But here's the Civic Opera building. Oh, they got something out in front here. Let's see, yeah, look how nice that looks. Civic Opera building here in Chicago. Look at that. Oh, get the Chicago flag. Yeah, festival. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. I mean, you know, they haven't turned any of this stuff on for real. We're still in November. They're still setting up the Christmas tree, the Christkringle market. Millennium Park. We were at Millennium Park this morning. That's why I didn't go over there now, because we went by the Bean on the TikTok in the morning. And yeah, I want to show you the Riverfront Plaza here. Let me run to get across. This is Randolph. No. This is Washington. This is Washington at Wacker Drive here. We'll go by the Bank of America. I used to say Bank O's America, but it's the Bank of America. That was after the financial crisis, but that was my joke. Now they got record profits. Jamie Dimon's selling stock like crazy, but I hope they paid all their money back as fast as they could from the TARP. But here's the look across the way. That's the Riverside Plaza there. You can enter in Union Station. Chris, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah, thanks. Love the view. The weather's great. Yeah, we got 61 degrees. We got 61 degrees here. How can you? And so look at this. See, this is the bank. They built this a few years ago. This is the new Bank of America Tower. They got this riverfront esplanade right near the South Branch of Chicago River. And you see these columns. These columns are holding up the whole western side of the building. And structural engineers love this to show off. Yeah, what are you talking about, Willis? We don't call it the Willis, we call it the Sears. You got it right. Willis lives in New York City. His brother Arnold. There's the look at the L train going across there. Isn't that nice? Scenes of the city here. Oh, look at this boat. Look at this. So we got the Bright Star going south on the river. We got the L train going across. Look how nice that looks. Thanks for tuning in for Scenes of the City here. And Chris was doing his own Scenes of the City. Thanks for posting that. I hope you had a. Did you like the Architectural Center? Was it? Yeah, at least it was free. So if it disappointed, at least it was free. You know. Good. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. And that's why if we're gonna do subscription only content, we're gonna do it on YouTube because the quality is so much better. And the quality of the people that watch is better. And no offense to TikTok, because I know you guys watch it on both, but you know what I mean. And we can have a nice conversation. It has more value, I think, you know. But we still continue to do the TikTok because I know that's where people discover our page, and you know, it's good to be on multiple platforms. We'll do what we can. So this whole time I keep trying to adjust my screen here, and I keep getting out of whack here. And I can never get my screen adjusted the way I want to. It goes from one side to the other. There we go. Maybe that's a little better there. But, you know, before I get into the sun here, look at this plaza. This is this Bank of America Plaza near the South Branch of Chicago River here. And here we'll head across Randolph and we'll connect back with the Riverwalk here. $1 per episode, yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, isn't it interesting, this river? Where a few weeks ago or a week and a half ago, we saw the boats, the sailboats. They lifted the river, all these Basque bridges. There's the Wolf Point. It's got this new buildings, the confluence there. And yeah, we were talking about that when they first built the Sears Tower, the John Hancock, and the Aon, which used to be the Standard Oil building. They were so much taller than everything else that they just dwarfed, and it really like altered the skyline. And now it took how many decades for us to fill in the rest of the space with all these enough skyscrapers that now it finally looks balanced. And they're still those three are still the tallest buildings in Chicago, along with the Trump Tower and the St. Regis. We've only added like basically two other buildings that even closely rival those. But Sears Tower is going to be 50. Sears Tower is already 50 years old, and it's still the tallest building in Chicago after 50 years. Isn't that amazing? So here, oh, I should have ran with that guy. We'll wait to cross. We'll show the L crossing there. Look at that. Hey, listen to Zeppelin. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good excuse. Hey, Sharon. Thanks for tuning in. So here we'll cross. You can always watch the reruns. You can see we went by the Chicago Theater, and Trevor Noah is going to be there for 4 nights. That should be great. And then here's this tuning fork building here. We go by this a lot. But we'll head up to Lake Street. And I never go in this back plaza. Let's go in this back plaza. See, we're 150 North Riverside. There's the small Cheval. There's the Bank of America building that we walked underneath. And we saw the boat car. Nope, they got it blocked off. They got the park closed. So all good plans come to naught. We'll walk the way we always walk along the river here. But get your hamburger, cheeseburger, plant-based burger, whatever you want. There's the merchandise mart looking nice. Yeah, we'll show you more scenes of the river here since S is in love with the river there. It's kind of brown, but sometimes it looks blue. And when it does look blue, people are like, I can't believe that's the Chicago River. But it depends on the sky and how chopped up it is. But look, there's a bunch of people sitting on those chairs. We'll head right over to the chairs. How are we doing on time? 12:32. So I think we're doing okay on time. We might head over in front of, we might go over by the Calatrava sculpture, the red Calatrava sculpture, and film the confluence. And that's a really great vista of the river. See where those people are walking over there. And we got a good little theater scene here in Chicago. Of course, it's not doesn't compare to New York City, but we got most of the Broadway stuff. We got Broadway in Chicago, so most of the major stuff you can find here we have beautiful theaters. So we have beautiful theaters. We have some that are historic that aren't even being used, like the Uptown Theater, because they're in disrepair. And Chris found some other theaters too. But we got a good small theater scene. Like we have the Steppenwolf Theater, and we also have the Red Orchid Theater, and there's other like smaller. Of course, we got the Blue Man Group, which is the Briar Street Theater up there, but they got that in all cities. Here we're going by Lake Street. If anybody has any information you want to add about the Chicago theater scene, please respond in the comments, because I don't know everything. And May, thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support, everybody. And don't worry about subscriptions. Like I know some people have already subscribed. I just did that because I'm preparing for the future. We finally got over 500 here on YouTube. You all have been so kind and supported me so much already. We're doing it for the future. But if already people have subscribed, thanks for testing it out. I appreciate it. And we'll see how it goes, and then we won't have to mess around with the stupid GIFs. The GIFs are fine, I know that's the way TikTok works. Sometimes people watching, they're like, they get tired. I make a point to thank everybody, but then sometimes it messes with the flow of the narrative, because then it's always like, I think it's set up just so people can do those robotic dances where you say something and then but those seem to be really popular. Here's the Calatrava statue here in front of the 444 West Lake Street. That's what they call this building. And got the beautiful Calatrava statue, but the real shot is this way. Look at that. Look at the river. This is the confluence of the North Branch. That railroad bridge is in the upright position there. They leave it that way. It works. They just leave it in the upright position. There's Wolf Point. Merchandise Mart's behind there. Anita, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to YouTube. And here comes the architectural cruise boat. Look at that view. So this used to be the 333 Whacker with the curve, but now they call it Nuveen Investments. We're going to head right down that way. But yeah, North Branch all the way. Confluence, South Branch. We'll head across Lake Street, and here's this Calatrava statue, which is just really nice from this side here. Night of the Hunter, based on the novel and film. Thanks for the good info. Yeah, I really appreciate people I don't have time sometimes even though I got the second phone, people will ask me questions on the fly, and usually there's so much going on that I appreciate anybody that could easily look something up on the internet, because that's usually my response to most questions. And I appreciate people asking me, because they're testing me, or they're just, it's easier to ask me than to look it up. But most of this stuff, people ask me a question about statistics, you can look it up on the internet yourself. And if you don't look it up, I have to look it up, because I don't know. My brain's not the internet. We're all thankful for that. Mr. Know-It-All. I don't want to be Mr. Know-It-All. Sometimes I feel like I put people off because they're like, look, this guy thinks he knows everything. I don't. There's no way and then nobody knows everything. There's not anybody in the world smartest person on Jeopardy doesn't know everything, you know. And hey, Mercury Theater, Young Frankenstein. That would be nice to see. I would like to see Young Frankenstein. Hey, let's see if we get this boat. Let's see if I can get position. We can get Chicago's Evening Lady come right underneath us. It's going to go down the South Branch. So let's see if I can position myself. Again, welcome to Chicago. We're on the Lake Street Bridge at the confluence of the North and South Branch of Chicago River. Here's the Chicago Emerald Lady riverboat cruise. It's going to come right underneath us. Look at this. See if we can wave to them. So wave to everybody. Yeah. Look at this.
The strongest density of intersection 4 in
That's awesome.
Chicago. And it helps support.
How's everybody doing there? Hey, welcome to Chicago. I feel like jumping on the boat. You want to jump on the boat? Let's take a tour. I can just jump on the boat here. That's awesome. Yeah, look at that. Scenes of the city. I know, and it helps that I work with people that are native Chicagoans. You know, I've been here for 25 years. You know, I like, because of my profession, I'm a city planner. I like history. I like architecture. I like, cultural things. You know, to me, that's what makes life interesting. We're waiting for people to come up the stairs here. Got a lot of people coming up the Riverwalk here. Let's see. This one. Yeah, they're still coming, so I have to. The flow never ends. How's it going? Yeah, we got a good crowd here along the Riverwalk today. That's good. Hey, you hear that train whistle there? Yeah, train whistles, boat horns. What did George Daly say from The Wonderful Life? His 3 most favorite things. And yeah, how boring would, all this talk about a homogeneous cultural society, how boring would our culture and society be if we were just one monoculture? To me, it's the diversity of culture, the diversity of foods and languages and artwork and religion. That's what makes it interesting, or lack of religion. It doesn't have to be all one thing. And that's the struggle for, here I'm on the soapbox, but that's the struggle, is how do we keep it all together with a nation as vast and as varied as we have it, with all different perspectives. And that's the dilemma. But here, look at all these people sitting on the deck chairs enjoying this beautiful 61 degree November 13th day along the Riverwalk here. You're having storms in the UK. Oh, thanks for tuning in from the UK, May. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah. Midwest is cloudy. You got 60s in Omaha. That's great. Thanks everybody for giving the weather from wherever you're tuning in at. Yeah, just lounging in the chair, they got the laptop. Yeah, airplane engines, train whistles, anchor chains. Yeah, and that was the day when, people still took ships across the Atlantic. And we still have boats here. Look, we got boats, trains, planes, automobiles. We got it. L trains and Metro trains and Amtrak trains. Yeah, you can rent right there. We'll get over there someday. I need to. Hopefully they have it open. I keep getting frustrated because I want to be able to walk right over to the Kinzie Street Bridge, and they keep having that back outlet closed, and that's why I'm waiting for them to open that up, because I want to walk. I want to do that, walk along that esplanade there on the Wolf Point, and then walk right out to the Kinzie Street Bridge, because they won't let me go into the merchandise mart anymore. The security says don't film. I'm just promoting your good, work here. But I'm sure if they're lawyers, see, lawyers have ruined the world. Thanks a lot. No, I'm joking. Some of you might be lawyers. I don't mean you, of course. Here's look at. Hey, I posted that about the Lincoln Park Zoo. And what's her name there with the 6 sisters? Supposedly they have like a multi-million-dollar farm out there in Wyoming or somewhere. I don't mean to divulge your information. I don't know much about her. But she says they sell hay to the Lincoln Park Zoo. I'm not for sure about that, but if she does, you know, yeah, I'm sure they make some money doing that. And who knows if anything's real or not on TikTok? We'll never know. What's real?
In fact, by Sunday, I'm looking at
Hey, did I cut out there for a second there? Hold on. See, I hit. Come on. Hold on 1 second here. Let's see if we can get it back here. So I am just so frustrated with keeping the camera straight. Every time. There. Okay, good. Every time I try to fudge with the getting the camera straight, I hit a button. So I hit the off button, and that's why we went to the vertical aspect. You know, there's all these little. I can. It's so touchy. Like I could. You know, I accidentally hit the mute. You know, it's always. I know. What's wrong with local hay? And that's why. Are you guys still listening to me? Yeah, we got 54 people. Thanks for tuning in. That's why I don't. You know, I don't know for sure if she was just saying that to be saying that, because I find that highly suspect too. I thought they were from out in Wyoming. Why would they be selling to? You think they would get in Illinois hay? Because there's plenty of hay in Wisconsin and Illinois. But she might be. I might have it all wrong. You know, I can't trust. I can't trust anything on the internet or TikTok. People have misrepresented themselves. Not you guys, other people on TikTok. You know, and that's why Dan all day New York City. He goes, if you people, he's talking to his audience, would understand what he has dealt with, the personal heartache that TikTok has caused him. It's not all positive. Like, he has to deal with like people suing him and stuff. You know, it's just like all kinds of strange things happen. You know, I'm trying to avoid that too. You know, the legal pitfalls of streaming in public are paramount. You know, and the L's going above us here. There's the L train going across there, pulling into the merchandise mart. Sounds of the city. Make hay while the sun shines. You got it. Hey, look at that view. Yeah, locking the price. Yeah, locking the price. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, most zoos have to deal with that. You have to like buy in bulk. You know, time the market. You know, it's just like agribusiness. It's you know, you try to. Same thing. You know, I talked to my uncle who, before he retired, he farmed several hundred acres, which is a small farm. People out west farm thousands and hundreds and thousands of acres, and he had cattle, and it was always about time in the market, even with your soybeans and your corn. You know, and. You know, you can get ruined. You know, you have to run it like a business. It's not the family farms. It's all changed. You know, Willie Nelson, I was talking to Woman Like Freedom about that with the farm aid. You know, the days of the family farm, it's all changed. You got to run it like a corporation almost. And for tax reasons, you know, and how you depreciate your equipment, combines, tractors, seed, Monsanto, you don't even own the seed. If the seed comes up volunteer, they sue you. You know, it's just, we're in this weird world, you know, and it's, we talk about AI. It's already started with the farmers a long time ago. They lost control of the seeds. And that's why the organic farming movement came into the fore, you know. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Scenes of the city here. We've got 56 people. Thanks for tuning in. Doesn't the Riverwalk look nice here in the landscape aspect here? And that's why I really want to film the Christmas lights on Michigan Avenue. We'll do a few evening live streams later this season from YouTube, and I'll be sure to let people know in the morning walks on TikTok, or I'll let you know like during the lunch walks. I'll be like, Friday night Friday night, you know, not in the future. Like, so I'll give you the date, and I'll say we'll be on YouTube to watch the Christmas lights at night instead of TikTok. But I'll still do the TikTok stuff because we'll see if people tune in to watch it that way. And look at the nice. Wow, there's another clock tower for you, Chris. Yeah. 72 skyscrapers. Yeah, Chicago has the second largest downtown by skyscrapers outside of New York in the United States. There's no other city besides New York that has more skyscrapers in the United States than Chicago. And LA of course is larger population, but it doesn't have a large skyline. There's even, I think San Francisco's skyline's larger than LA's. And San Francisco was always a more compact city because of the peninsula, and it's a, you know, it's a port city. LA's a type of port city, but it's more Long Beach. It's way out in Long Beach. Yeah, put the Britannica clock there, right across from where the Eastland disaster happened. Isn't that nice? So it's not only the Wrigley building. See, the Wrigley building has a clock. The Britannica building has a clock. They light this up at night with all the nice colors, the iridescent colors. We got some, these trees are lit up, but it's daytime, it's hard to tell. Here we're going underneath Clark Street. We're heading over towards Dearborn here. Chicago Riverwalk. RPM Seafood. Portofino Pizzeria. There's that little water coming out of the weep hole there. Hey, there's still some leaves on that tree. Yeah, LA's all spread out. LA's all spread out. Oh, do you see Chicago made the top 10 of they did the cities with the most rats, but of course they did it by like volume. So of course it's the largest cities. Of course New York's the top. New York has the most rats. And I think LA and then Washington DC is like the third. So Chicago's like number 7. So that's not too bad, you know. There's the Marina Towers. Yeah, the deep fryers. Oh no, yeah. Was there rats in the deep fryers? I bet there was. Yeah. Don't tell me that. I'll never order food again at the stadiums. There, we'll go by the Tiny Tap. Hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Riverwalk. Hey, people are in shorts. People are in shorts. It's November 13th. People be in shorts. Some people are still bundled up. I'm wearing a light jacket. It's not bad at all. Got the jacket open. And here we'll walk right by Dearborn Street. And yeah, they're still working on Dearborn Street. They've been working on it all year. There's where we came from. That's looking west. See, look, jogging in shorts. Got the construction. Oh yeah, yeah, I know. I'm fine with people joking about Washington D.C. I joke about Washington D.C. too. That people are like, Chicago's so corrupt. I'm like, well, what about Washington? There's, you know, the amount of like federal expenditure. Come on, you know, that's where the real money's to be made. You know, Chicago's like, that's chump change, you know. See, legal seafoods. Why will they never open this? It's not legal. Look at that, the Hill Burnett building. Hey, they got the flames going. Well, here we'll walk up steps here. Pigeons. Yeah, it'll cool off. It'll cool off once the sun goes down. The sunshine's really warming stuff up. That's why we got the great weather here. The sun's really helping out. How's it going? Thank you. Yeah. Well, look at the flames here. So they got this protected area. You could sit out here. They got the bar here, and then you could sit inside here, the city winery, and that'll be really nice. So they can keep this going all throughout the holiday shopping season. So you could look at this. People, you know, we're jogging. It's like a summer day here. This is great. Yeah, give you some chairs, sit by the water. Yeah, the weather wasn't bad yesterday too. It was, you know, we went over. I know you were downtown. We went to the zoo, and at least the sunshine was nice. There was a good amount of people out. Yeah, there's water taxis, and I really want to take a water taxi, and I wanted to do a lunch thing from the water taxi, but they only run it in the morning rush hour and the evening rush hour. See, there's a yellow water taxi over there, and we saw some tour boats go by, but they're the architectural tour boats. They cost like 50, 70, 100 bucks, whatever. I'm too cheap for that. But water taxi, you can get the water taxi for $6, I think, or $10 if you take a shoreline. So we'll eventually do a water taxi. I don't know when. I should have did it this summer, but they weren't. The beginning of the summer, they weren't running the water taxis, and then I saw they were running them, and I was like, oh, I'll do it at lunch. But they don't run them at lunchtime. They run it like 7 to 9 a.m. and then like 4 to 6 in the evenings to get people to the train stations, the metro stations. There's the Marina Towers. This looks like a Wilco album there. No, you're right. Both Perfect Strangers and Family Matters were based in Chicago. You are correct. We were talking about the Family Matters house this morning. I wanted to film the Family Matters house, but they tore it down. It was, even though I always thought they filmed that from the south or west side when, you know, that sitcom was in the 90s, Steve Urkel. And the actual house they used was in Lincoln Park, believe it or not. And they tore it down to build a McMansion. And so there's the new building there, and the one that they used for the 90s sitcom is gone. But the Perfect Strangers apartment building's still there. We go by it a lot. It's really near the Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder and near the St. Valentine's Day Massacre site, which is near where I live. So we walk by that a lot. So I can show you the Larry and Balke apartment there. And they worked in the London Guarantee building, which is the London House, which was supposed to be like the Tribune, but they didn't use the Tribune. Oh, is Family Matters a spinoff of Perfect Strangers? That's awesome. Isn't that great? I'll look into that because that's good to know. And I liked both of those shows. And, you know, I used to watch them before I lived in Chicago, and I never imagined I would, like, be associated with this city, too. You know, it's just, look at that. Look how you can look straight down. All those Basque bridges. Imagine, I wonder if I can get a shot sometime with all these bridges open. And during the pandemic, they did open them. You know, after the George Floyd protest, they opened them up, and they all were in the upright position. It was like the loop was like a moat. The river was like a moat to the loop. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. That makes sense that the Marywood Children House is in Deerfoot. It's clearly in the suburbs. They only use the Buckingham Fountain with the Frank Sinatra song "Love and Marriage" at the opening credits, and sirens are going by here. They're doing some athletic shot there. Yeah, they're filming something. Yeah. Yeah, look at these wonderful models here taking a nice promo shot there.
Oh, dude, it's like there's no businesses there. Look.
Yeah, see, they worked. Larry and Balke supposedly worked. They would show they would show shots of them. They worked in the basement of this building. They really worked like in the mailroom. And the Sun Times used to be here. The Sun Times used to be where the Trump building was at. But look at that, 1,200 feet tall. There's the Wrigley building. Look how nice it is. That's okay. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Lisa. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Yeah, go make it to your meeting there. Yeah, we get 12:56. I better get back to work too, so I'll wrap this up. We'll head right back up to Michigan Avenue. Thanks for being on. It always, you know, I always get find things to film, and it delays me on my route. I try to plan these out so we do them in an hour. But, yeah. Yeah, that's good, Cole. You know that show pretty good. That's good. Yeah, I'll look into that. I used to watch that show all the time. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I know the younger, it's a generation gap. Like I mentioned the Blues Brothers. We talk about this too, and people are like, "What's the Blues Brothers? What's this guy talking about this old movie?" And then I realized that movie came out like 44 years ago, 43 years ago, you know, and so there's a whole generation that came out before they were born, you know, and I assume they would have saw the reruns, you know, like just like A Wonderful Life, you know, came out before I was born. I know what it is, you know, but look at this. Yeah, we'll head up the stairs here. Look at that view. And they're doing construction. They're doing some sandblasting or something here in Wacker. Speaking of the Blues Brothers, it's all smoky down here. Man, that's loud. But look at this great view to the Wrigley Building, the Tribune, the Intercontinental Hotel, which was the Medina Athletic Association. Gleaming in the sun there. Oops. Yeah, thanks Anita. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks Anita for all your help with the moderating and keeping people tapping those screens on TikTok to play the game. And look, yeah, here comes the Bright Star. We saw that same boat. That's the boat that went underneath us when we were over at Lake Street. Now it's going under. Yeah, I'm too cheap. I didn't pay $5 to go on the porch. I could have paid $5 and went on the porch, but I think. Isn't it interesting? You know, it's just on my original account, I posted a video of the Shameless house, and it got like 10,000 views and like 100,000 views and like 4,000 likes, and it was pretty popular. And then I reposted it, and I think the second video I posted was better than the first one, but it's not really circulating. Like, I think people are like over the Shameless house. Or they just can't find it, or TikTok isn't pushing it. I don't know. There's the Architecture Center, Chris, right there. Pamasu, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Let's see. I can't understand. I don't know Cyrillic, so I don't know what you're saying there. But thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. There's the Wrigley Building. So yeah, this is it. This is the London house. Larry and Balky, they would show screen. I think there's one episode where they were like trapped on the top, and they were gonna fall off, you know, and they oh sorry. And I got to make sure I watch where I'm walking here. I bumped into somebody. But there's the London house. It's now a hotel you can stay in, the London Guarantee Building. We're on Michigan Avenue here, heading back to work here. Yeah, there's so many funny episodes. Now we gone. See, that's what happens when I pan up. That's when my phone gets out of whack here. I get a fencing tool. Yeah, there's no translator. That is something good about TikTok. They do have a pretty good translation thing with the comments. Sometimes I have to translate a comment and make sure. But we'll let it go. It's fine. Appreciated the engagement. And if it's something bad, we can't read it anyway. So we'll let people freely express themselves. And we were here this morning. There's got the Mocha Nuts, got the Christmas tree out there. Mocha Nut, yeah. Look at that. Look at that nice pink tree they got there. Yeah, we'll have to check that out sometime. Yeah, I'm sure Keenan and Kai probably did a similar episode. Maybe it was a parody on the same thing. Yeah, but hey, Trevor Noah is at the Chicago Theater, sold out 4 nights. Isn't that amazing? We saw that. So I'll start wrapping this up here. Well, yeah, that's good. How you doing, man? That's good. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so we'll be on TikTok tonight. We'll see if we'll see how the city looks, and then I'll keep you posted. Thanks to everybody. Please don't subscribe unless you really want to. I'm just thanks to everybody that did. I really appreciate the support, and you can support in other ways, you know, and just by the comments. And I don't expect anybody to pay anything. I want to keep things as free as possible, but if you do support, I really appreciate that. And if we do any subscriber-based content, we'll do it on YouTube. I just don't want to. I still do not trust TikTok enough to set up subscribers on that, because I don't want to be in a situation where I have to apologize to my subscribers again because of something TikTok did. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll cross Michigan Avenue, get you one last view of the beautiful Wrigley Building with the John Hancock. We'll walk right up there tonight on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate your attention and engagement. And thanks for following me on YouTube. And we'll see you later in the week. So, yeah, thanks everybody. I know the stupid TikTok gifts. I know I'm trying to get away from that too. So, you guys understand what's going on. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. I really appreciate it. Yeah, look at that. Ah.